What's going on, guys? New video for you today. Breaking news, because Florida has banned the sale and production of lab-grown meat. This is a new bill that was signed just a couple days ago by Ron DESANTIS, the governor of Florida, for a couple different reasons. So I'm gonna explain why this is happening, some of the pros and cons. I'll let you guys decide what's the best decision here in the comments. So the reason that this happened a couple days ago, where they decided they were no longer going to allow the sale of lab-grown meat in Florida. If you're not aware of what lab-grown meat is or how that works, there's lots of information about it on YouTube. I am probably going to butcher it, so I would not quote me. But essentially, they're taking animal cells from real animals. They're going into a lab, and then they are duplicating those cells or growing them. And essentially, what they're looking to do is find some sort of a way to grow meat in a way that does not harm animals. They're doing it for environmental purposes and sustainability purposes, especially because as the world population grows, 2-3 decades later, the demand for protein and meat and options is going to also grow. So how do we do that sustainably? A lot of people are pissed off about factory farming and stuff like that, which there are a lot of really bad concerns with factory farming, let's be honest. However, we got to talk about the other side of it, which is, would you eat fake meat? Would you do that? I don't know if I would do that, but some people are open to the idea. I've seen people trying it and tasting it online, and some people are saying it's normal, but I don't think that's normal. I don't think that's something I would buy. But here's my whole stance on it. I want to tell you guys my opinion. I am a capitalist. I like competition. I like when businesses compete, and that's how innovation happens, right? So I don't mind lab-grown meat being on the market, to be honest with you guys. That is not a problem to me, because I think ultimately consumers should choose what they want to buy. You put it up in the market. I mean, look at Beyond Meat, right? Beyond Meat sucks. It's horrible. I don't know if anyone here has tried it, but it's bad. And that's why they don't sell any of it. If you go look at Beyond Meat's stock, the company is way, way, way down. So anybody who's invested into that company has lost a lot of money. Why? Because they put it out onto the market. Consumers did not like the product, and therefore the company is failing. So if there's lab-grown meat and they sell it, and nobody buys it, the company goes extinct and we move on. It's not that much of a big deal, to be honest with you. And I think, again, that there's more power in allowing the consumer to choose what they want. I personally believe, and this is not going to be everyone's belief, but this is just my own opinion, I don't think that the government should tell us what we should want and what we should not want. I think that these private companies that are looking to innovate should be allowed to do that and shouldn't be banned. However, I want to talk about the agriculture side. This is where obviously you get a lot of support from farmers and agriculture, people who, obviously are in the agriculture industry, like farmers, right? Here in Florida, I believe there's 15,000 beef producers. So there's quite a bit, a large state, and a lot of agriculture out here as well. So one of the big issues that they were facing was, is this going to be bad for farming? And it could be, right? But that's competition. Competition is what allows businesses to thrive. And like I said, the consumer will ultimately choose what they want to buy. So for example, eggs. Eggs is a great example. I just saw a TikTok. Actually, Amy was showing me this TikTok of the pasture-raised eggs. The pasture-raised eggs are like $9 a carton at any grocery store. And there you can buy the $3 eggs, the $4 eggs, but some people still choose to pay for the $9 eggs. Why? Because the chickens with the $9 eggs, they're allowed to roam around the farm. They are not factory farmed. And the $9 for some people is worth it, knowing that their eggs are coming from morally raised product. So the consumer, as I've said before many times, is going to choose what is successful. And the businesses that make the best products for the best prices are going to succeed. And that's how capitalism works. Now, then there might be a sub argument here of, does America even have capitalism? That's for a whole other video. So a lot of people think we have crony capitalism here, which in many cases could be true, and some people would argue against that. So the main thing is that there's a ban because the government wants to tell people what they should and should not want, which I think is wrong. I don't think that the government should be making that decision. I think people should be making their own call on what they want to eat and what they want to consume and what they want to spend money on. And if the product is so bad, the product is not real enough for people, then it will fail. So you shouldn't worry about it. But I don't think banning it is the answer. I don't think limiting free market competition and stuff like that is really the answer. Now, I want to talk about some of the counter arguments real quick. I want to talk about why. Again, I talked about the agriculture, how that could potentially harm one of the 15,000 beef producers. Here, we'll turn around here. We'll go back. How it could harm one of the 15,000 beef producers here in Florida or in many other states where it could be legally sold. Maybe hurts the agriculture industry. But there's also more of the conspiracy theory agenda, which is, the reason they want us to eat this lab-grown meat is so they want to control us. They want to control our minds, right? Now, I don't know how conspiracy theory you are, but some people subscribe to those theories. So it really just kind of depends where you're at on the weirdo scale. But there's a lot of different theories about that too. The World Economic Forum telling people that we should start eating insects, things like that, right? Again, I think the best option, in my opinion, is to go to your local farm and buy meat that is not pumped up with hormones if you have the budget for it, right? Now, we just go to the grocery store. We don't even, we sometimes go to the farm, not often, but we are just totally fine with that. We wouldn't go down the fake meat route at all, but that's because that's my own choice, not because the government banned it, right? But although there is a ban now, so I wouldn't even be able to get to try it unless I was somewhere else. But those are just some of the arguments here. But big update, Florida just passed that a couple days back. Just wanted to see what you guys think about it. And listen, this might be a good investing opportunity as well. As I told you guys, I am pretty heavily invested into agriculture products myself. So just as an investor, there could be concerns with increased competition and whatnot, right? But also, you test something on the marketplace, it fails. People get back into agriculture type businesses, stocks go up. So I'm pretty heavily invested into agriculture products anyways. But I know that some of you guys don't have a portfolio set up yet. Maybe you do, but you're feeling a little uneasy. You're feeling a little unsure about the future. That's where you guys can come to me if you need help, okay? I have lots of different courses that you guys can take. I have lots of different programs that you guys can check out. And I've been able to help a lot of other people at their beginner stages become successful. So I'd love to show you what we can do too. And I also think that there's a lot of opportunities out there that people are gonna either miss out on or they might not know about, they're not aware of it yet. So if you're someone who's looking to get better with investing and positioning yourself a little bit better for this next market cycle, which we have coming up here in the summer of 2024, and of course the election and after, make sure that you guys contact me, let me know, and I'm here to help. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for subscribing. Like the video if you could, it helps us out a lot, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.